Next topic, we were just talking about this man music the other day that we both still listen to. Man, let's just go home. You go ahead and free Tory because this Megan Thee Stallion documentary is coming out
Free
and
Tory, man.
it's
I'm sorry. I know y'all
some
ladies.
questions answered to what we already had a feeling that was going to be. But yeah, go ahead and
Free
bring
Tory,
this
man. With everything that happened, I always said I didn't really, until all the evidence shown and all that, and all the phone call and all that stuff. I always said I didn't think he did it, but at the end of the day, for me, I'm a Tory Lanez fan, 100%. I've been listening to Tory since he first came out, before he was mainstream. Back in the SoundCloud days.
Oh my gosh.
So I've been listening to Tory since back then. Yeah, man. Since the Honda Civic song and all that stuff like that, man. All the real OG Tory Lanez fans, y'all know what it is. Like I say, you do the crime, you gotta do the time. It is what it is.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah, I'm still not going to turn my back on the music.
Nah.
Like I say, it's still free Tory for me because I love Tory music. Tory Lanez is one of the few artists that music I'm still playing. Like, a lot of music does not have replay value.
No.
Tory Lanez music has replay value. And anybody that says different doesn't listen to his music. And you can't listen to his music that he had when he was on the label, people.
Nah.
When he was on the labels, them couple of years when he signed and he was dropping them little mediocre albums, he was giving them songs here and there and there. He was holding his real stuff for when he got independent. Because once he got independent, he went on a run.
A big run.
A crazy run. He knew what he was doing. He wanted to get that label money, get the exposure, give them the albums that they needed to finish off his contractual obligations, and then be independent with his one umbrella label
and blow up
and go crazy. And that's exactly what he did. A lot of artists really need to take heed on what he did musically. Like, if you're a real artist that know what you're doing, don't get trapped in these label things. Like, give the label some music, get them albums out the way, and get out of that deal. Because after a certain point, you don't need the label.
Nope.
You don't need these labels, y'all. You might need them in the very beginning to get yourself out there if you're not a person that's used to pushing yourself and your craft and your music like that. Some people do need that extra push, but some people don't. Or some people know how to finesse the game, which is the labels. You finesse them.
Look at Chance.
Exactly.
Look at Chance.
Facts.
Maybe we can go back to, well, I could go back to the Too Short days, to where he was selling his music out of the trunk of his car, selling cassette tapes. Master P was doing the same thing. And you have a handful of other ones that was doing the same, and then that was then, and then you move fast paced now. You have Tory, like I said, Chance. So it's way, and then also now you got social media, to where back then they didn't have it. Those artists didn't have
it. All that.
So I mean,
enough documentaries out there for y'all not to make the same mistakes that everybody made from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s.
Exactly.
It's more than enough examples that y'all should not be making these same daggone mistakes. If y'all still making these same daggone mistakes, it's an issue.
I'm always said a hard head make a sore face.
You sign to a label and don't have a what you want to say, an end game, a get out.
An end game.
You sign these labels and don't have an end game and think shit is sweet. You will be stuck in that contract, and labels will play label games with you like they did. There's a lot of artists that came out back in the day that were one-hit wonders, not because their music sucked, it's because it was label politics.
Yep, how they got messed up with the label.
Yeah, it's a lot of label politics, and you will get finessed in those label politics. But like I said, still free Tory for me.
Free Tory for me as well.
You know, I know he if he did it, he did it. It is what it is, but it's still free Tory for me. It's a lot of good music out here that I'm missing. Luckily enough, he is still dropping some music, but it's not the same uh, in the quantity that I'm used to for Tory. But yeah, free the dog, man. One umbrellas.